I believe that was the tweets. Let's send it out.
And I got a retweet. I retweeted it.
You already did it.
It's retweeted.
Wow. You're so fast.
That's what she said. Not to me.
No, not to you. Definitely not to you.
Never.
Never.
Ever.
Never.
Ever.
Well, yo.
Ciao. Yo, there's some cats in here. We might as well get this fucking party started.
It might as well just get it going. All right. Well, let's just start. Welcome to the Undefined Podcast. I'm Jared Palmer.
And I'm Ken Wheeler. And today we have a very special episode where we're going to talk about our setups.
Yep. Our battlestation showdown is what we're calling this episode.
The battlestation showdown. If we took this more seriously and had like a soundboard, it would be like, bish, bish, bish.
Yes, all the above.
But
basically, yeah, I mean, look, we're several months into the pandemic, and we've all had a little bit of time to tune our setups. For those of you who are watching, you'll know that Ken has a new camera.
That's right. Finally, after months of Jared sitting here looking clear and unbelievable.
Thank you.
Now I got a very similar setup curated by the man himself. So at least I look clear.
Paid for by sponsors.
Yeah.
And supporters of the show. Yeah.
Click the links.
Yeah.
Tell your friends.
Anyways, it was really fun though. We got you hooked up and things are looking crystal clear. But yeah,
it's pretty sweet. I started an OnlyFans, so it's really helped there.
Yeah. Look at that little LED thing. That keyboard is quite elaborate, Mr. Kenneth.
This thing right here?
Yeah, so let's break this down. Let's go step by step here. I guess we'll start with our like desk setups. We'll start with we'll hit up like our computers, our keyboards, like all the ergonomic stuff.
Yeah, maybe some tips.
These are like we're entering the Matrix type of thing, like at this point.
What do you mean?
I mean, like, seeing the Matrix, like the apparatus they have to like key into the Matrix, like that's what my home setup is approaching. It just gets messier and more wires.
What do you look for in a home setup?
Oh, it's all about, for me, it's all about conditioning the environment for success. So like what I mean by that is when we just set up this when we like are ready to rock on this podcast, it takes us a minute or two. There's nothing to set up. The lights are set.
You're good to go.
Is set. You're just good to go, right? You want to create content. You want to do a tutorial. You want to record anything. You're ideally a minute at most away from doing that.
It's fucking actionable.
Yes, that is the goal, in my opinion. And even like I have like I used to have like markers for like where the camera, like I used to like mark where the camera should go. But yeah, I mean it's been tuning. So like I can break into how I get that done. Basically, like so first and foremost, like we can just talk cameras, right? Like that's the first part, right? So we both are using Sony mirrorless cameras now. I'm on the 5100. Ken is on the 6100. I don't make the 5100 anymore. 5100 is like $500. 600 is like $700, something like that.
Really?
And you need another to get the effect though on the lens. You get the Sigma like lens or you can get a Sony lens. Anyway, you have like a pretty low f-stop.
It's a 30 mil though, right?
Yeah.
I had to go and set to get the bokeh effect. I had to go and set the f-stop like unbelievably low.
Right.
For it to be right.
But it's nice because I actually don't have that lens in right now, and you can see, if you're watching, you can see Ken's shoulders, but you can't see my shoulders. But that's because Ken's is even low. Is it like even like
it's like fucking 2 or something
higher than mine? Yeah. So yeah, it just makes it look sweet. And
pretty sweet.
Have like a crappy ass room setup, Ken, like yours. I'm kidding. But it looks awesome because everything's blurred out. It's like portrait mode on your iPhone.
I don't have this like regal bookshelf. I have like a bunch of shit. So yeah, I mean, like, I think a lot of the setup, your battle station centers around what you're actually doing and what your interests are, right? If motherfuckers play video games, right? There's going to be video game shit. Like if you're a gamer, right? You probably have like a gaming PC You know, if you're like a real deal streamer, you might have like a stream deck, that sort of thing.
Or a separate streaming and a separate streaming PC as well.
Yeah, duplexing those motherfuckers. But you know, that's not the thing that I'm really doing. Mostly it's coding, podcasting, and music.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
yeah, a
so
lot of my
the other
stuff.
thing too, though, although even if you don't like have the guap to spend on a camera and drop that much money, you get like literally any Logitech webcam, or actually even better, potentially better, is download Epic Cam and use your iPhone and pay for it. You just turn
Dude,
your iPhone or an old iPhone into a webcam.
that was not bad.
It's pretty good. Just get a little desktop monitor, and then you could basically, if you have an old iPhone lying around, you can turn it into a very, very legit webcam, probably better than the Logitech webcam you'll buy.
Yeah, so here's the thing, like the thing's not going to do portrait mode in real time, so you won't get
you're
the
not gonna
blur
get the
like we're getting here.
in focus. Yeah.
But the shit is 4K. Like it looks fucking sick. Don't do the Wi-Fi mode. That's for assholes.
No, you want to
plug the fucking thing in. Otherwise, you know, it's gonna be like
Epic
4K,
cam.
like 15 frames per second.
But almost more importantly than the camera, though, is lights.
Lights. Oh my god, what a difference.
Yeah. So Ken is lit for the first time, like right now, and we got Ken.
I've never been lit before.
Key lights. And what's cool about the Elgato key lights is you can control them from your computer, which is super rad. And if you're mostly indoors like Ken and myself, you set it and forget it, and it's perfect.
Yeah, I mean there's not that much variability depending, you know, on what's the thing that fucks everything up is the screen in front of me.
Yeah, exactly. So when we're recording, what I'll do sometimes is I'll actually drop it into dark. Like I'll actually like reduce the brightness on the screen so I don't get the reflection in my glasses.
Yeah, I'll go on like dark mode Twitter or something, because if I pull up like, you know, google.com, it's fucking like up in your shit, and like it's fucked up.
Yeah, so but lights are more important than the actual camera itself. You can use a terrible webcam, but if you've got great lighting,
it makes a huge fucking difference. And I mean, these are fucking sick lights. But
they're
like,
good. They're good.
They make like I guess like mini versions of this shit, like the mini key lights on Elgato.
Yeah, and I would say that if you're gonna just buy, it's great to have two lights, but also I've recorded episodes where it's just one light right over the camera and everything else is dark, and it's a totally fine look. I mean, it's totally. A
lot of people use that ring shit too.
Yeah, if you have glasses, the only problem I have with the ring is you can see it in person in someone's eyes.
That's really?
You kind of look like
that sucks.
I don't know. You just look like you got a ring light on. It's like pretty obvious, but it works for the TikTokers and stuff like that.
What are you doing mic wise?
So I have an RE20, and I've got a Spider like Electro Voice mount, shock mount.
And what do you run it into?
I run it into a thing called a Big Knob, which is a Big Knob Studio Plus, which I also run my speakers into. And what's cool about this interface is, and then I plug that into my Mac. And what's cool about this interface is it lets me play the output of Ken out of my speakers while we're taking the audio input of my microphone and putting it back into the computer. So basically I can hear Ken without wearing headphones, but there's no interference with the audio input from my microphone, and there's no like echo or anything like that.
Absolute sorcery.
Yeah. And then when I'm in taking Zooms, dude, I have a different mic that actually sits above me. You can't see it. It's out of the picture, but it's a pencil condenser microphone. And that would let me talk basically without having this gigantic boom in my face, which is great for Zooms and stuff. So I can just like talk. And
is it directional?
Yeah, it's a little directional. It just like is a little more sensitive. But what's awesome is that I don't have to keep charging headphones. I don't need to wear headphones on Zoom.
Yeah.
I just like start Zooms and talk.
I'm sitting here looking like I'm listening to lo-fi on a subway.
Right, exactly. So what about you, man? What's your mic setup?
So this is a AT2020. You know, pretty entry level setup. It goes into a Scarlett Solo, but it's you know, I got it before podcasting, right? This was to make sexual R&B songs on, which it does a good job of. It's a great mic. But I'm thinking, well, you know what? I was going to upgrade to the new Scarlett Solo with a couple more ports, and like I have to turn my monitors on and off because there's not like a separate headphone monitor split. which is
Okay.
bullshit. But now that you say this big knob thing, that sounds pretty fucking sweet, to be honest with you. Like if I don't have to wear does that work for singing too?
Why not?
Well, that would be incredible because like the thing is like when you can't self-monitor your own voice, or if you do self-monitor and it's latent, and then you're trying to like record and you're listening in here and you can't hear your own voice, like it's a little fucking weird. But if I could like play the music and sing at the same time, like I'm in my car, like that would be an unbelievable experience.
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure you can do it. I don't see a reason why you wouldn't be able to do that. It's very, very useful. The Big Knob Studio.
That's fucking sick, dude. I'm gonna look into it. I'm probably gonna cop.
Yeah,
to be honest with you.
The other thing about
you know what, dude? Yo, by the way, we should talk about this, but you know, I know we're gonna get to the M1 machines.
Yeah, we are gonna get the M1.
But I found out that like half of the audio shit doesn't work with it yet.
Yeah, that's that's why a lot of people aren't doing it. If you do like audio, it's like a lot of the Logic stuff, a lot of the plugins and stuff.
That's a real deal breaker-oonie for me.
Yeah, I know that is. But
and is the onus on the audio plugin?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, I don't look. Actually, I'm speaking out of my ass. I'm not sure. It might run in Rosetta.
I mean, the ones that can run in Rosetta,
but it won't be optimized
Rosetta.
for It won't be optimized for the chip. So like, I don't think you get the same perf gains.
That's ass. What are you sipping on? Stella's. I've got some Maker's
Drink
Mark.
check.
Maker's Mark and a gentleman's cup.
Good for you.
How about that?
Right, so we talked mics. The other thing about mics is that I like the RE20 because of my voice is like tenor, so it's like it just sounds good if you've got a voice sort of like mine.
Certified tenor.
According to Pops, that's the mic that
a tenor would use.
Works with our bloodline. But
do you actually use any some pre-processing?
No, that's the other reason why my dad prefers this against the Shure. Like, is the Shure you need to have that you have to have that like preamp or whatever it is.
I mean, I have a preamp, but I mean, like, you know, you don't do a compressor gate.
No, like you don't need any of that.
Like right now, if I drop this Jewel on the table, right, like you can hear that, or like, I mean, you know, if I'm sitting here, like,
if I like throw this, can you hear that? Like,
yeah, can you hear my fingers on the table?
No.
Well, I mean, you know, if it was on like a song, you might be able to hear it. But I digress. When I recorded, one of the things that I loved was a compressor gate, because it would be like if someone like their fucking tongue peels off the top of their mouth or something, like it doesn't end up in the mix, right? Like not only would it compress their voice so it sounded even and nice, but like the gate means if they're like it doesn't fucking go in.
When this audio stuff actually comes through for the M1, I want to set up like a really cool pipeline to basically like pre-mix on the fly, take the output and like basically upstream of Zoom and upstream of the actual broadcast. I want to like do some live mixing basically to make my voice sound even cooler.
You've heard me do it with Ableton, but it's a tad latent.
But it's tad latent. I want to do like a super low latency version of it.
If you do the pre-process, like I have a compressor gate in the garage. I'm just a piece of shit and I haven't gone. It's old. It is fucking old.
Right.
You know, that compressor gate could fucking buy liquor at this point. But I'm thinking about, you know, if it works, but you know, maybe get another one, because the you know, it'll take care of that without any additional CPU, which will be important for streaming.
Right. All right, let's move on a little bit from.
Let's move on to chairs.
Oh, chairs. Oh,
what do you sit in, Jared?
Well, Aaron Miller, Aeron.
Look at that. Me too.
I wish I got the white one.
Did you actually buy an Aeron?
The first one I did, but then that's only because I was an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't realize that you could just get them on Craigslist.
Yeah.
So if you don't buy a $1,500 chair, just get it on Craigslist.
Do not so this Aeron that I'm sitting in here, I got it for like $150 right here.
You could get one and get the parts.
Yeah, like the right arm was broken off, and the guy's like, "Oh, fucking piece of shit," right? And then I just replaced the arm and it was good as new. In the time that I've had it, right? I've probably had it for like fucking 7 years at this point, right?
That's decent.
Yeah, but in the time that I've had it,
that's a lot of
different shit has broken, right? Like the other arm broke, and then something on the bottom broke, and then the thing that you actually sit on got gum on it, and then the back of it fucking snapped. I fucking sat down in it real fast, shit faced. I fucking bam, right, and the shit was like crank, and it fucking snapped. But like that, the coolest shit is like you can go and you can buy all those individual parts, and it's a, just it's a Allen key away from fucking being
Pretty
fixed.
much. Yeah.
The white one would be sick though. You'd never be able to find parts for that shit.
Yeah, the white one's so cool though. Like next apartment, I'll get a white one. Just
What
like,
if it turns all brown from butt sweat?
that actually is this is a serious reality I haven't considered, but in my mind, I'm so loaded that at that point, it's like just get another one.
You're a madman.
Right.
So
No,
what kind of
that's
keyboard do you
ridiculous.
type on, Jared?
So I have a Varmilo V8. I don't use it when I'm podcasting.
What the fuck
because
is a
it's too loud.
Varmilo V8?
VA87M. Like I'll bring it. I can. It's like it's a clickety clackety fucking thing.
Yeah.
I think did I show you this? Hold on.
No. Ooh. A full
Playing my
sizer.
keys. These are MX Blues. So they're super clickety. But yeah, this I got it on mechanicalkeyboards.com. Vermillo VA87.
Wow.
All white. It's the Mac edition. So it's got the Mac keys.
Ooh, it's got the Mac keys.
But it can also be used with the PC. Pretty good. It's just super loud, and so I don't use it on the podcast anymore. I switched to the Apple one for the podcast.
Like the actual Apple keyboard.
The big Apple flat.
Wow, look at you.
Black keyboard, and then the other one that I just ordered that's shipping from China right now is the K3 Keychron keyboard. This is a Kickstarter thing, Keychron, and it's the like successor to the K2, but it's like a low profile mechanical keyboard.
Ooh. That's interesting.
Keychron K3. So, and it's a little more. It's a compact model, but it's like Mac. I don't know. It looks pretty cool. I would try. It's a 75% keyboard. You use like a 12 key. Like you only have 12 keys or something like that, right? It's like
no. So I use a 60%.
That's just so ridiculous.
So this is an An Pro 2, and it is
First of all, we have to give people warnings when you do that because it's like going to cause like.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, it's steady in mine. It's just the refresh rate of the stream.
I understand.
But like, listen to this, like.
Oh, that's pretty silent. Mine would piss. I actually would fire me if I brought the Varmilo into work.
Yeah, so
like it's not an office friendly keyboard.
I'll tell you my evolution here, right? So I had the Apple keyboard, and it sucks. So I got a DOS keyboard, right? Did you ever play with one of those?
No.
They're pretty cool. So the DOS keyboard is actually over on this computer set.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. DOS keyboard. Okay,
yeah. So that shit was pretty cool. It's pretty clickety. It's a full size keyboard.
Do you like the full size?
No.
Why?
So then I got a Vortex Pure, right? Which is my first 60%, and I got it in the clackiest way. I don't remember what they are, but I got
blues, like this clackiest.
Yeah, it's the clackiest there are, right?
Yeah.
And then you're sitting there, and it's like 1 a.m. and you're on Pornhub, and you're like, and you're like, oh god, like. So like not just that, but like when I'm sitting here talking to you, like if I wanted to type something, like it's so fucking loud. Like it's initially satisfying, but really is it? Like it's not the
on Zoom, it's like
it's really not the sound that's satisfying, it's the tactility.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So these are fucking they're not MX, they're something reds,
that's
box reds.
Silent, like a silent red
like
or something.
Cali box reds or some shit like that. And it feels like an IBM keyboard from fucking 1997, which I'm really into. And I'll speak to the 60% for a second. I like 60% keyboards.
Why?
Ask me why.
Why?
When do you use the numpad?
All the time.
Oh, okay, that's fair. Yeah, you were a finance Rooney.
I was a finance guy, and so we were taught to use the numpad for like rapid, because like there would be at Goldman, it'd be like enter the financial results of this company into Excel after not sleeping for 3 weeks and after only sleeping for 6 hours a night for the last like 3 weeks. don't make any mistakes.
So
and do it for 10 years. It's like,
yeah.
okay, so you get on the numpad is like, I'm like really fast on the numpad. But I can
See,
get
I
a
don't have
separate
that
numpad.
experience.
I can get a separate numpad. I can get a specialized numpad if I wanted to.
I don't have that kind of numeric entry requirement. I'm not even allowed to use magic numbers.
You're not even allowed to use magic numbers.
Do
Yeah, dude, it's
do
actually
you know
really
that lint
funny.
rule?
As I get no, you like what's the magic number lint rule?
You can't just throw like arbitrary numbers into a
You have
calculation.
to define variables.
Yeah, like you have to say like
I like that lint rule.
this is like width divided by height. It's not like fucking like 43
I actually really like that.
divided.
I like that. There should be no random numbers from 1 and 0.
Yeah, so
thing.
yeah,
Even 1 and 0 should be defined.
all of my numeric entry is extraordinarily explicit and meaningful.
Do you find that you don't trust yourself doing math anymore?
Fuck no.
No, I either there are two situations. Usually I will just type it into Spotlight or Alfred, or if I really need something, I'll open it up in like Google Sheets and like actually like fucking do it step by step.
Spotlight is my favorite calculator, and over there, that's a Windows machine over there, and it fucking
there's no
murders me that there's no. I do it in Chrome DevTools.
Dude, yeah, all right. So so that's where you're at. So you're at 60. How long did it take you to? You didn't really answer the question though. Like, why 60?
Well, it's like all right. So I don't use the numpad. I don't use like page down or any of this bullshit. I don't use the F keys really, right? And this is a concise little keyboard. And the only thing that I do use that's not an immediate thing are there's two of them. There's backtick tilde, and there's directional arrows. Right? Did you? Yeah. So like the old one,
my keyboard, sorry.
The old one had no directional arrows. You had to hold function, and then you
hate that.
Yeah, and then you would do like OK fucking L and semicolon or something.
Wait, to like to like turn something into like it's not right. Then you like can turn WASD into the arrows or something shit like that, right?
Yeah. But on the other side of the keyboard.
On the other side of the keyboard, right?
Yeah. So the one that I have now, it has like tap and hold modes. So if I tap shift or control or function or whatever the fuck that menu thing is, those act as arrow buttons.
Okay, right? I can appreciate that.
And then if I hold it, it's shift, right? But I don't like it. Like I actually added this like macro thing or whatever the fuck where you hold function and you get that back, because like once you learn how to arrow navigate like close to your like home rest from like a typing perspective, it's much quicker. Like arrow keys are bullshit. Like you fucking it's like a you know, it's like being at work and you're working on something and you have to do a Slack chat, right? Like it's like the typing equivalent of that. Like your right hand comes completely off the home row and you're sitting here fucking navigating with these arrows like an asshole.
Yeah.
Like if you're sitting there, you know, on your fucking JKL semicolon, and then you just stick your thumb there and slide over. It's kind of like Vim, right? You know, Vim is like
Are you a Vim guy?
Not really, sort of. I do, but I don't.
Do Vim bind in VS Code?
I go in and out of it.
Like what? Like on the project? Like when? Like just like when you feel like it, or what's your
I do Vim personally. When I'm working with a team, I don't.
Interesting.
At work, I don't.
I like no Vim. I just don't like it.
It's pretty good once you get a decent hang of it. Like,
yeah,
so,
I never really, I like got it, but I never was forcing myself to do it. And I think I like didn't hit that. I didn't get over the hump with it. And like, I see like Ryan Lawrence like dance on that shit. And like I've seen you dance on that shit, and I'm just like, damn, I just don't have I can't take the productivity hit right now to like get there.
So it's like if you're gonna hit like over, right?
Yeah.
Like right arrow. And like, have you ever been sitting there editing something? You want to get to the end of the line, and you're like right arrow, right arrow, right arrow. You hit right arrow like fucking 6 times, or you go and get your mouse and put your cursor there and click on the end of the line, right?
Yeah.
So you can go and just, you know, hit certain like B or whatever the fuck and bap, right? And it's just in the line.
Yeah, I know it's better. I just don't like, I can't take the productivity hit. I can't like take the dip right now.
it's the same kind of thing where it's like if you're doing those arrows that I was telling you where you're like it's not that much of a cognitive burden or like a fucking ergonomic fucking distance where you're sitting there like just doing your arrows close to where your home row is. It's the same kind of thing with a lot of different things.
Yeah.
So I like 60%.
What
That's how I would do it.
what software is your like absolute what's your software looking like? What do you on your Mac? What's your dev shit look like? Obviously VS Code.
VS Code, iTerm,
Yeah.
Xcode, Unity.
What about what like meta? I'm like meta programs, not like hard programs.
That's it.
Like you use Alfred?
No,
Holy shit, bro! I am an
don't use
Alfred like monster.
a lot of people like that shit. I don't use it.
I use Alfred. There's only like 2 features of Alfred that I really like. Actually, there's only one. I like it for clipboard history. That's it. I like use clipboard history.
Really?
I set it to like. I set my clipboard history to like 6 months or some shit like that. And it's all indexed. And I literally it will use it as like. I will use it to program in a way that's probably like. I will like copy things for later use. It's like a faster get stash sometimes. Like I swear, like an inside of a file, I like use it. I almost use it like an in file get stash is the way I think of my clipboard history. I can just like take, and then it's there for. It's like a notepad to me.
I remember one time in TextMate, I wrote a script that every time you hit save, it saves it to a file, and I used to do that way.
Yeah,
but
what I want to do is write this thing that's like kind of like Alfred, but would let you pipe the results through processors in some way, like capitalize, change case, reorder, sort. I don't know, just like other like things. I don't know.
Are you a
like
maniac?
Plug into that. Yeah, I would want. I also think we should just never have to type anything again. So I'm like looking forward to that day.
I've been like really getting into like voice things lately.
Word.
The
other
commands.
Oh, dude. So Ian, my former CTO and current co-founder of ChartHop, had this thing where he set up like an Apple script, I think with like accessibility. He'd be like, develop Formic or something, or whatever the project we're working on, and it would just fucking open up all of it, all the things you need to open.
Like yarn start and everything. Like,
yeah, and just like run them all. It was
unbelievable.
Cool. Yeah, it was really cool. I think he did it with Alpha scripts. That one was cool. Yeah, Alfred is fire. I use like I use like a window manager, using window manager like Magnet or like
yeah. What do I use? Hold on. So I use a thing called sensible side buttons. So I use an ergonomic mouse here, an Anchor. It's a shark fin. Use the same one? Look at you.
I use this Logitech mouse. I just got it.
So see these boys right here?
Yeah.
So sensible side buttons lets me go back and forward on web pages with this.
Same.
Yeah, I really enjoy
that. They're right here. Let's see if I can focus these. They're right here. Back, forward. This one's dope, dude. So this top button on this Logitech mouse, if I click it and hold it, I can then drag the mouse side to side and adjust the mouse sensitivity.
Ooh.
So if I need to do something super precise, I can like tap it and drag it super low, and then like it'll be super slow.
So yeah, Magnet is the one that I use for the window management.
Yeah, they're all pretty much the same. Magnet. There's another one called Rectangle. That's free. It's pretty good.
One thing that's a little weird that I'd like to enter into the arena, maybe not applicable for everyone, but is Loopback. Loopback. So Loopback lets you create virtual audio sources.
Oh, you told me about this.
Yeah. So it's like if I want, so like what I can do with Loopback is I can say like, if I want to have my audio that goes to this be my microphone and the output of Ableton, I can do that. Or I can turn my mic off, have my mic go to Ableton, then just get the output of Ableton. That's how I was doing like that auto-tune that one show.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, so it's pretty handy.
We could use that to do our intro music.
We could.
Through Zoom is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's how I take shit from Ableton and stream like when I'm making beats.
And you've just been assigned homework.
Yeah, no, I could do it.
we could do that. So that's pretty sweet.
Eric Clemens in the chat just said spectacle is my jam. Dude, thank you. I really appreciate that.
Spectacle's pretty good.
It's a joke. He fucking is talking about Spectacle, the window manager, not my Spectacle.
Got me.
Yeah. What can you do?
Yeah, but there's this thing.
Both are good.
That Patrick Collins and the CEO of Stripe just like tweeted about that I tried. I switched from magnet to this thing rectangle because it's got this one mode that's actually super sick. It has this mode rectangle. It's on GitHub, and it has this mode they just added called ToDoList mode, and and this is super cool. You can specify a window or an application to pin to your sidebar, the side area of your screen at a certain pixel width, and then like 400 pixels will be like the entire like height of the screen, but 400 pixels. And then when you use your regular like keyboard window tile managing like stuff, it respects that 400 pixel area and doesn't go over it. So you can have like a persistent to-do list or a persistent app. Like for me, it's Roam. Like
it's like a lane that you just leave out open,
and it leaves that. I just leave it open all day, but it's like as if it's like
Roam research or Roam like SebMac.
Roam research.
Okay.
I'm like I find personally for my to-do list, and maybe this is an excuse, is that like I'm better at keeping a captain's log. Like I find a captain's log style thing, like what am I doing in this 10-minute or this like minute to minute span, keeps me more on track to what I have to do than like writing shit out in a list of.
Do you use that thing on Chrome when you open a new tab that has the to-do list? Yeah.
I don't like. I mean, I do, but I never look at it. I'm like so used to not looking at it actually that I like turn it off because I don't.
Yeah, I've ignored it for a considerable amount of time. What I do like at work, is so for the longest time I used TextEdit.
Yeah.
Or I guess Notepad in Windows. And I would put the things that I wanted to do in Notepad and just have it constantly there because it's annoyingly in like the Windows dock. But what happens is the machine would get shut off for upgrades, right? And I'd lose what's in there. So now I use Microsoft OneNote. Have you ever used that?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's pretty good. And
this Microsoft shit's actually coming up pretty hard and heavy. Like Teams is murdering Slack.
They're fucking doing real good, dude.
My girlfriend's on Teams all day and she like doesn't complain about it, which I find like remarkable.
Yeah.
They're all like, there's just teams.
Double teams. You hope not.
You hate to see that.
So I want to know from you, right? So let's pivot for a second. One of the most, so anybody who's listening and us included, right? If we're working in tech, generally speaking, your ass has probably been home for fucking 8 months or whatever the fuck, right? Like this is your office now. What? And it's been my office for 10 fucking years, but I digress. What for you is the things that you add to make it comfortable? What like aside from all the technological bullshit, like how do you feel comfortable in the office? What are the main things that enhance quality of life?
So like this isn't my office, which is like tough. But like normally I'd have my stuff's all in storage.
Yeah.
But like normally I have like the fixins, the tchotchkes, the samurai swords, the whatever it is, the ridiculous things you'd have like I don't know, a Star Wars helmet. Like
I have the stonks guy.
Like I have a like a production quality Stormtrooper helmet.
I literally have the stonks guy.
Yeah, there you go.
Stonks.
That's hilarious. Oh my god, that's awesome.
Isn't that funny?
I'd have like I have all. I like to keep. I have like the all the name tags from all the conferences I've spoken at. Like I have that. That shit's kind of cool. There's like banners.
I still have those boxed up.
I have it boxed up somewhere. I don't know where, but like,
what do you do with that? Like, do you?
I don't know.
Like,
I just like hung them up on like a little.
I hung them on the wall, and people thought they were spatulas.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll make like a little. I'll frame them or something. I don't know.
Yeah, like a frame collage or something.
Cool ones. I don't know. I think it's pretty fun. Like, I mean, adult trophies are stupid.
When you really look at it, you're like, wow, look at us.
Right, exactly. They're pretty much adult trophies. I don't know, shit like that.
Sometimes I'll
The
finish a bottle
bookcase.
of whiskey and I'll hold all my conference lanyards and just look at them and weep.
Yeah, the whole sticker thing is kind of stupid now, huh?
I don't have stickers at all on my laptop.
Yeah, not on
Speaking
my new
of,
one.
what laptop are you rocking right now?
Oh, but I got the M1. I got the new M1 Air, and it is fucking
Ooh,
fire.
ooh. So are you going to trade that in when the Pros come out?
Probably.
So I have a 16-inch Pro, the first one that came out with the keyboard that doesn't suck.
Yeah, you liked it when it came out.
I like it now.
You used it for like a year, right? Year and a half.
Yeah, I like it now.
Good
And
investment.
the thing is loaded to the tits. Like,
Yeah, this thing is faster, but no big deal.
yeah, no, this thing is fan spinning. So I went to go check today, and they'll give me $1,500 credit for it.
You basically can get an M1 Air for free.
I can get a maxed out fucking mini, like everything.
But like no, so I have the maxed out. I have the maxed out Air. The maxed out Air is like 2 Gs, or like maybe not even. It's like I have the like full. I don't. Sorry, I only got 1 terabyte because like I don't need two. Like I just don't. You have
no, one's fine. No,
one is more than
nuts?
enough for me. I probably could do 500, but like why? That's like fucking really. You're like I don't want to like delete things and stuff.
Well,
like
I have a terabyte.
External.
Yeah, that's really small, and it's SSD and it's USB-C. So
yeah, I mean that's the other solution, right? But yeah, so I'm super happy with the Air. I don't mind I will say like it's a much smaller. I'm used to a 15-inch. It's much smaller. Like it's harder to see shit for
bet
sure.
you are.
But the keyboard is
do you
fine.
actually code on the laptop? You don't hook it up to a monitor?
No. I do hook up. I'm on a monitor right now. I'm saying when I was like, but what's nice with this is when I'm done for the day or like kind of like fucking around, I can actually take this computer because it's an Air and like move around the house a little bit, go to the couch and like answer an email.
Yeah.
That's really nice. Like with the 15-inch or 16-inch, like this shit is more like it's not. I don't know. It's very big.
I don't mind it when I'm traveling.
Yeah, but I'm talking like around the house. So you're not carrying anything around the house. Like, oh, bring my laptop with me. That's just not
no. If I'm bringing my laptop, I'm bringing it for a reason. It's not just
you're
this casual fucking thing, you know? Yeah.
The other thing I got a couple weeks ago is the new iPad Air with the Magic Keyboard.
How do you like it?
Initially, I was like, this is silly. I got the pencil and the keyboard. The keyboard's very heavy. It's actually the same weight. The combined weight of this thing is the same as the MacBook Air. That's how heavy it is with the two things. The iPad Air is fine. I don't know honestly if I probably should have gotten the regular ass iPad. I'd only use this thing for answering emails, basically. The keyboard is fire.
Yeah, that's a crucial
that Magic
element.
Keyboard is fire. And like, I don't know, dude, if I was a betting man, I would say that a significant amount of non-developer users will be moved toward like I feel like Mac OS is going to be like a pro situation in a couple iterations, and iPadOS is going to be mostly like the consumer future.
Like if I was a manager, all I would have is an iPad.
Oh yeah, 100%.
If I'm scheduling meetings and doing emails and shit like that,
I would help. It would actually force me to not code.
I mean, I don't mind coding, but like if I had a non-coding job,
yeah,
like an iPad would be the shit. I bought an iPad.
The iPad is multitasking is just impossible.
You want me to tell you an iPad problem that you're not going to have anytime soon?
What?
Your fucking kids steal it from you.
Yeah.
So it's very clearly the superior piece of hardware. Like you get your kids like the Amazon Fire Kids. Have you ever seen one of those things?
I have. They're not very good.
Yeah, it's like a Kindle Fire. It kind of sucks, but it's also like wrapped in like fucking 2 inches of foam. And if they do manage to shatter it, they fucking replace it for free in like a 2-year period.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's just,
Yeah. So like, you know, it's good, right? And they have all these games they can play like Daniel Tiger and shit. But like, you know, they get one taste of the iPad.
Oh, it's over.
And they recognize that it's the shit. And they're like, nah, actually, you know what? These games are a little better. I want to play on this one. I'm like, this is my fucking iPad. Like I fucking, you know, I'm trying to take this on, you know, next thing you know, it's peanut butter and jelly fingerprints all over the fucking thing. You're like, ugh, fucking take it.
That's why I got a second one.
My iPad was fucking requisition. They fucking
7,000
grab the
Pornhub
shit.
tabs, Ken. I know. I understand.
I'll tell you what, iPad, iPhone cannot do it. It has to be on a laptop.
Has to be on a laptop for Ken
It
Wheeler.
has to be on a laptop. You know, they need, you know. So I don't know about your process, but you need to build up a series of contenders.
I don't want to hear about your process.
I'm just saying there needs to be a series of
process.
contenders. You know, it's not a simple thing. It's a curation process.
Several tabs are open.
Good fucking times.
Good times. Good times.
Do you do a footrest?
Oh yeah, I got a footrest the other day because
what kind?
We didn't talk about desks. I guess we missed desks.
Yeah.
So I'm on this autonomous L desk, which is gigantic.
Is it an actual like corner desk, like an L?
Yeah, it's a corner. You don't see the other. You can't see it, but it's like an L, and it's awesome.
That's pretty sweet.
High up, and so I got this footrest, which is actually solves the problem. It's adjustable too. It like has standing mode.
Let me see it.
What, like this thing's gonna?
Let me see your footrest. Bring the footrest up, not the camera, dog.
It's foam.
Oh, okay. It's a foamy boy.
Ergo foam.
That's fun. I have a plastic one that like rocks.
Interesting. Oh, I've seen that. That's
like little that? Like foot roller thing on it.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
rocks. Like it's cool.
I
like,
want to get, dude. I want to look at this. I want to get an under desk treadmill.
Treadmill.
Yeah, there's this thing.
Does it make sense if you don't have a standing desk?
Well, I have a standing desk.
The autonomous L is a standing desk?
Yeah.
You have an L standing desk?
Yeah, dude. That's what I just moved up and down.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I thought you were moving the camera.
No, dude. That was the desk.
Dude, like, so that one is a standing desk. That one goes up and down. This one doesn't. This is an IKEA Bacant desk, which, you know, the standing desk, the last time that thing was actually standing was like 6 months ago. This thing, the Bacant, right? There's one feature that I think is phenomenal, right? And I hadn't used it until like yesterday. If you're following on Twitter, I fucking did a big cable management thing yesterday. And underneath this desk, there's like this like really like tight fucking netting that is like sucked up to the top, right? Like this shit is fucking firm. So you go and you take a bunch of cables, right? And everything that plugged into USB on top of my desk, I rearranged to go under the desk.
You showed me this. It looks great.
Yeah, and fucking you know, the surge protector with the power cords for the studio monitors.
Such a amazing emotional experience when you get your cables together with a cable like protector higher.
I did this test today, and I did this test yesterday, and I did that test today. It feels incredible. So I'm going to tell you about what else I got today. So this desk that I'm at has unbelievable strip LED lighting that just got a really cool update. So now you can like get like all these things that, you know, people make like, oh, this is like the best rainbow one, or like this is like fucking shit looks like a fire or something. Like, you know, it's sick. It's Govy, and you do it all on your phone. If you do the shit that comes with the little bitch ass remote, that shit sucks. You got to do one that's Bluetooth and it has an app. So I just ordered more of them. I ordered 2 of the things that go on the behind the monitor to get more accent lighting that way. And then I ordered 2 or 3 more that go underneath the desk. So I'm going to put lights on this desk, and then I'm going to put lights on this couch.
Very nice.
So
like
LED lights are like a big thing for me, right? Like that thing right there that you're looking at, that's like a fucking mouse pad mat thing that the keyboard and mouse.
Oh, you got that? That's pretty.
Yeah,
that's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's crucial. Now
do you work in the dark or in the light? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, what are you just like tweaked out? Like,
I work in absolute darkness except for LED lighting.
I remember this. I liked your old. I gotta say, like, yeah, the new house is sweet, Ken, but like the old basement had some.
Where I was like Harry Potter under the stairs.
Yeah, it had some grind to it.
Yeah,
it had character.
It really did, didn't it? Like everything was like shelving and fucking tight. Like I had like
dingy.
2 feet.
It was a little dingy, but it was like, dude, there was like hard body.
So dingy. It was the only part of that basement that was finished. It was none.
It was like really.
There's no ventilation in here.
You're in there. You're drooling all day. Like it can't be good for you.
There's no ventilation in here. Just a little bit more room.
Yeah.
And if you have enough room to have an office, and you have enough room to get a couch in that office, I can't recommend it enough.
No,
because like sometimes you'll be sitting here coding. Most of the time, I'm actually sitting at that desk coding. That's the work desk. This is the Beats desk. I take Zoom calls here, but I code over there.
yeah.
And
That's actually kind of
sometimes,
nice.
yeah, like if you,
Because I hate shutting shit down for Zoom.
yeah, and well, the problem is that over there, everything is remote desktop and
Oh,
VPN.
right.
So it's like it'll drop out a lot. So if I do it here, I can be sure that it'll be fine. Plus, there's this tits video setup.
Tits.
So it's like, why wouldn't you do that?
Funded by our amazing sponsors.
Funded by our amazing sponsors. God, think of what we can do moving forward.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we're at this point, it's couldn't be better.
Yeah, I mean, we could funnel this into a real life meetup once everyone's vaccinated and the flu's gone away.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why.
Undefined conference, undefined bar
we were gonna
crawl.
have undefined conf. I gotta say, for everybody listening, that was gonna happen. That was the plan. The plan was to do like a big city, big barbecue.
Oh,
conference.
Could you imagine?
Could you imagine? Like in a field.
Just in a field,
outdoor or tent, whatever.
Oh, Tech Bro Woodstock.
Tech Bro Woodstock.
It'd be good.
I think we should do it. I mean, it'll just be 2024, but like whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I still think it's a good idea.
Yeah, absolutely, without a doubt.
I might not even have talks.
I mean, my plan, if the world didn't explode, was to do undefined meetups in the city that were not going to have any speakers.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
because honestly, I don't. If I want to watch people talk about things,
I will look at your GitHub. I'll look at your YouTube.
Look at your GitHub. I will look at your YouTube. What I want to do is hang and like.
Yeah, I'd like to meet people. I'd get to know like. There's so many people. Like I know that there's, not that many, right? I mean, I would wager to say that most people fucking don't hate me, but there's a couple that don't. That they fucking don't like my ass, and what I hear like a lot is that it's because they've not met me in person, right? They like project a thing onto who they think I am, and they haven't met me in person. But like, there's a lot of that, right? Like you'll see somebody on the internet, and like, you'll have like a fucking idea who they are without never meeting them, right? Yeah. I'm sure you have that happen once in a while.
All the time. I'm tall. I'm not tall.
You're not tall at all.
Short. I'm relatively short.
What are you, like 5'8", 5'7"?
5'9".
Yeah, you're not a tall man.
But like the first words out of your mouth when we met the first time was like, dude, I thought you were taller.
Yeah, I thought you were way taller.
Yeah.
You're like, I thought you were skinnier. Fuck you.
Also true.
But
come back.
Like not just that, but like, you meet certain people and at the end of the day, everybody's just some fucking
what I really hate is you go to these conferences, and we used to go to these conferences and it'd be like talk after talk after talk. And then what happens is, yeah, there's some cool announcements, whatever, but like honestly, you don't need to be there to see the announcement. You can watch it online. Doesn't matter. You can watch it later. What's more important is the people that are there, the people you meet, the friends you make.
It's very important to meet the people, to network with the people, to get to know them, to do drinking with them.
Talks later.
And then like, what? I think that I have never heard on stage a talk as valuable as some of the drunken talks that we've had, like at a bar with somebody at 1 a.m.
Oh, that's like, where you get the best content.
Yeah, somebody has given they've sat there and broken down like a concept or like a fucking idea around something that like isn't fit for the stage, but they go and they tell you and they're passionate.
Just look at our dinner between like 2 years ago with me, you, Evan, Rich Harris, and Dan Abramov. Like we had a great talk. We talked about suspense, talked about view, we talked about like so much front end stuff.
Everything.
More was accomplished there than any conference.
And it's not like, I get, if you go on like Reddit or something, it seems like there's some like competition going on, but there's really not. It's like these guys are all friends and like each other.
Well, that's what people don't understand. It's like they think that the rivals are closer or so similar to each other that it's obviously they're friends, right? It's like very apparent.
I think my camera just went.
Your battery just killed?
Maybe. Let's see. Perhaps.
Wow, real professional, Ken. But
I know, dude. What the fuck happened to that power thing?
I don't know. But anyways, we can just end the episode because it's time to end it. But on that note, so we'll bring back conferences. We'll
what the fuck is that?
You're high, Ken?
No, what did that say? It was
Internal
like
temp high, allow it to
it was
cool.
like
It's
backwards
overheated. Oh, it's
French.
overheated. It's overheated.
Really?
Yeah, your camera's overheated.
That's what it said?
Yeah,
How is it overheated?
I don't know. Wow,
What?
that's amazing. Well,
It
we had a
said
great
that?
run. Yeah, it did.
You got to be shitting me.
Well, on that happy note, folks, we'll edit this a little bit differently. But Ken, picture of the week, real quick, just for the recording.
Oh, picks of the week is
Hold on, picture of the week. Every week we shout out to our favorite things. This week we'll start with you, Mr. Kenneth Wheeler.
Yeah, so I have one pick of the week this week, just one, and that's the An Pro 2 keyboard. I'm really enjoying it. If you want a mechanical and you want to get into 60% mechanical, you're going to say to yourself, you're going to say, hey, maybe I should get a really clickety-clacky one. Wouldn't that be hackerdocious? No,
Don't do that.
fuck that. Everyone will hate you, and eventually you'll hate yourself. Get one that's fucking quiet and feels fucking good. And this one is one that's really good. It's got great like RGB and shit. It's fucking good keys. You know, get some clean keycaps if you want to be a boss. That's all I have to say about that. What are your picks?
It's only one pick. It's the M1 Air. It's fire.
That's it. That's it.
That's it. That's all it is.
That's it.
My builds are 2 or 3 times faster. Everything feels good. And Turbo Repo, that's my other pick.
I actually might get the Air. Yeah, Turbo Repo. Fuck yeah. Yeah, I might get the Air because I was going to get the Mini to do music on, but maybe I'll wait on that until the Mini's like.
Just get the Air, dude. What do you give? It's like, who cares?
I'm getting both,
You're
but
rich.
I'm going to get the Air now. And then fucking I'll get the Mini once all the audio shit's imported.
There. Exactly. Or get the Mac Pro when you actually want to get the audio, when there's something to use the audio stuff for.
What do I look like? Fucking Jeff Bezos? Get a Mac Pro? What are you fucking nuts?
Jeff Bezos.
Fuck no.
All right. Well,
got a 5-year plan.
On that happy note, folks, this has been an episode of the Undefined Podcast, the only engineering podcast with a 2-drink minimum. I'm certainly 2 drinks in. You're definitely 2 drinks in.
Indubitably.
We're going to be back next week. Same time, same place. Catch us online at theundefined.io. That's our Twitter account. And on the web at undefined.fm. And on Spotify, iTunes, everywhere YouTube and Twitch. And I guess Periscope, whatever. Oh, yeah. We're on Clubhouse now too. We're going to figure out.
Yeah, we're on Clubhouse. We're going to have to do that.
We're going to do that. So if you're on Clubhouse, follow Ken and I. We'll figure out how to get this on Clubhouse. That was pretty cool the other day.
Yeah, let's just make a Clubhouse room and we just talk in there. It'll just be like
I saw this Rome thing on Clubhouse. They like Rome Cult Mass. That was the title of the. It was like Connor and like people like sick like cult members.
I believe it.
Dude, people are wild about Rome. It's pretty nuts.
Yeah, they really are.
Anyways, on that happy note, folks, peace out. We'll see you next week. Holla.
Holla at your